What's up? What's going on, everyone? Welcome and welcome back. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. Today, on this Workshop Wednesday, we're going to do whatever the heck we want. It's a worry-free Wednesday. I hope you're having a worry-free Wednesday. No stress. So, with that in mind, I wanted to mess around with some, with whatever we wanted. So, I grabbed some arches. I've had this arches paper for quite some time. I'm just trying to draw Thor, Odin's son, using a bit of everything. Using my homie here as my module. So, but this isn't really everything that I'm going to do today. I'm just kind of like warming up a little bit, having the day move on. Just warming up, getting ready. I don't normally do that. I got so much. I'm never ready when I'm ready, so I apologize always. But I want to do some painting. We're going to do some painting today. What we're going to paint, though. It moves my stuff away. We're going to paint this artboard sketch of the Hobgoblin. We may do some painting of Sweet Sweet Dolly, may she R.I.P., may she rest in peace. The likeness is kind of iffy, but that's okay. That's not what that was for. Just kind of like an homage painting. So why don't we do that? What else we got? Those are the two that I think I'm going to be working on today. This is some pieces that I've been trying to do. We got to draw Batman and Catwoman's about to smooch. Yuck. TV Girl Calm, how are you? I'm doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. If you celebrate. Get the remix horn. It's going to be working on. I'm doing a bunch of things today, but how are you? I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well. Let's do well together. Let's slow it down a bit and give each other some thank yous. There's another piece I'm working on. This is for an art show for a couple weeks. I got some, I got to tighten up some pencils up here and do some erasing on some of that power, get that glowing. Then I'm going to try to ink it, see how that goes. But yeah, shall we? Move that aside. So with that in mind, which is why I started messing around with this Thor piece, I wanted to, I really wanted to put this paper. Fantastic. I'm glad you're doing well. I wanted to use this arches because arches is kind of unforgiving when it comes to drawing on it. So I want to beat it up. I want to see what I can do on it. Push my limits. And I'm using these mechanical pencils. This has a 2B lead inside. This has a HB lead inside. Yeah, I'll zoom in a second. Your art looks amazing with colors and with thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now we're using my sleeve today, so probably gonna get dirty. So this is, I'm not going to be finishing up this piece. I'm kind of digging how slow I'm going with it. Plus I have to finish drawing that left hand with Mjolnir. I hate capes. Let's see if I can figure out how to paint capes. Not paint, draw capes a bit better. Sometimes you gotta draw the stuff you don't like. Give me 1 second. So I'm trying to remove the stigma of some of my more higher quality or higher priced art supplies, like this Arches paper. Good night morning mellow. We missed it. We missed it. So this is what I'm using my Arches. I've had this for years. I'm using it today. I put out a short, when did it come out? Yesterday, about being feeling some type of way, about not using my more costly tools, and today I'm the heck with it. We're gonna do it. So that said, busting out the Holbeins. Watch them. I hope they're amazing. But with my luck, it'll be trash. I think that the things that I don't like drawing, basically because I don't understand how you draw them. Huh? I think the things that I don't like drawing, basically because I don't understand how you draw them. So you don't like drawing capes because you don't understand how to draw them? Same. Same. All right, so let me just do this real quick. I hear you, and you have to kind of find a way to reverse engineer those things in your mind to make it easier to draw. Shapes, man. It's all about shapes. If you can break it down into a shape that's easier for your mind to recognize, it'll start falling into place. Even if you're using reference, if you don't understand the reference, or looking at the human figure and going, how the heck am I going to do that? To quote Yoda, you got to unlearn what you have learned. You got to kind of like go with it. Even if it looks bad to you, just go with it. Finish it. Sit back and go, why does this look weird? Why does this not register right now with me? As you guys know, I use a ton of reference. I use a ton of models. That's my dude right here. But once I get the general shape of what I want, you put it away. You try to figure it out. Yeah, we got Odinson on the paper. What's up, Map? How you doing, brother? Hey, man, I appreciate the compliment you gave me for the Beast painting, saying that it reminded you of the old school G.I. Joe box art. It spoke to me, man. It spoke to me. It was one of those things, the G.I. Joe box art, the Masters of the Universe toy box art is what I'm referring to. What you was referring to, I hope, is it wasn't where my mind was when I was doing it, but I'm glad it came out that way. All right. This is just we're gonna set this aside. And we're gonna get the palette going, right? Let's do some drawing. Let's do some painting. We could do a little bit of everything. Doesn't matter. I can't go too far because I have to figure out how to draw his other arm. But it's always one of those things, right, where you start someplace, oh, we're not going to do that for a while, and then the next thing you know is 3 hours later. I'm trying to go kind of nuts here. Call it like a see. Appreciate that. No, man, but it was like, when I read it, I'm like, oh, ooh, he got me. Something so silly that stays in our heads. I gotta show you this dude's artwork. Mort. What the heck? I don't want to ruin his last name. I'm gonna ruin it. Kunstler. More Kunstler, I think it is. I found him late in life. Sounds almost romantic. And his work is just amazing. Where are you? Give me 1 second. I have to share it. This dude right here. What's up, Monty? The Montoya. What's going on, brother? Which is, I think his name translates to like the Art Killer, which is freaking legit. I want a name like that. The Art Killer. The Window Viper. You guys remember that episode of G.I. Joe? I am the Window Viper. I'm coming in 3 p.m. And they think the window viper, the window wiper, the window wiper was an assassin for Cobra. I am the window viper. Anyway, I'm gonna move that over. No, it's not the end. That's right. You made it. This dude, I found him late in life. I went through my pulp, just my romance with pulp. Middle of last year, I bought a bunch of stuff. You remember that? The Viper is coming. And he's like, I'm the window viper. And there's some shots in here that would be straight up G.I. Joe covers, man. Look at that thing. One of the things that I want to take from him is his use of reds and blues. Look at this shot right here of them escaping. It may be difficult to see because I'm zoomed out. Let me see if I can get it a little closer than that. Isn't that cool, man? So my inadvertently, my messing around with the Beast kind of had that. So I don't know if this dude did any G.I. Joe. I don't think he did, but I think he did a lot for, honestly, Men's Magazine and maybe toys. This dude here, that model there, he may seem familiar to you peeps. If not, I forget his name, but he, how's that breaking news? I forgot his name. He's the model for Doc Savage. If you guys know who Doc Savage is, the man in the man in bronze, or the bronze man, or whatever the heck, the precursor to Clark Kent, to Superman was Doc Savage. His name was Clark, I think. But that dude there played a ton of he modeled for a ton of other characters. Doc Savage being one of them. Ooh, legs. I love these like spy joints. That's him again there. But there's a shot that I have to show you guys. Very cool stuff, man. Not a spy. Like that alone there looks like a G.I. Joe box art for a toy or a model. Where is it? There's one that is just amazing. A lot of and he uses it a lot. He uses that motif a lot of the blues with the oranges for. He has one. Next time I'll mark it. I mean that. If that don't look like. He has a great shot of them in the water. Great, beautiful monochrome in blue. I mean, that's cool right there. Sure, look at how he emphasized their design with the blue on their suits. Oh, look at this shot. Come on, man. You kidding me? You can follow the whole thing too. There's stuff going on down here. It's beautiful. The chimney here breaking apart, getting shot up. The AT-ATs. It's really good stuff. These are reminding me that I found out there was a show in, I think, the 60s that was full on, the Thunder, what the heck were they called? Again, my memory is no bueno. The Thunderbirds, I think it's called. Ooh. Bunch of course, suggestive shots, of course. These were all for men's magazines. It's perfect bold placement. I love this shot. So I never heard of him. He's actually he's a lot more known or recognized for his hyper detailed depictions of real battles, like Civil War and Civil War battles. That dude is doing nothing with that field shovel, besides giving that cougar a spoon. Cool stuff. I'm glad I found it. He's a good dude. And if you go online, he's super humbled as all heck too. He did the covers to the Godfather novels, which was kind of cool. Or I think they serialized the Godfather stories from by Mario Puzo. Good stuff. Anyway, that's dude right there. You can find him on YouTube. There's some videos of him actually doing. These are kind of difficult to see, but so cool. He painted the movie poster for the Poseidon Adventure and the Hindenburg. Good stuff. If you guys get a chance, check him out on YouTube's. You won't regret it. All right. let's get ready, shall we? All right, so I'm gonna get my palette ready. I don't know if I've showed you guys this before. This is how I set up my wet palette. It just makes it easier for me. The instructions for this is to put your sponge down, and then lay your paper on top, lay your water. But this paper, once you add water, will roll up like a cigar, and then it becomes a pain in the back end just to try to get things straight. So this is what I do. Put the paper down first, man. Put the sponge on that. Just enough to cover it. You don't need too much. And that's it. You wait a bit. Gouache. Yeah, let me go back here. Yeah, the Thunderbirds. You could actually catch some of those on Amazon. I started rewatching them. They're super aged. But what's amazing about that show, Thunderbirds, and those other shows that uses marionettes, they took them super serious. The writing in it is super serious. People are getting shot and blood and stuff, and people are dying, and the stakes are really high. And it's very slow pace, slow burn work. It's kind of nuts. Not too much water. The aquarium. It is not a lot of water, D-dubs. Thanks, man. All right, we good. Move that. Bring this over. If you're ever going to have a chance to mess things up or make a mess or ruin things, it's going to be right here. So if you get an opportunity, do this in the bathroom, do this in your kitchen sink. Don't do it over your artwork. Don't do it over your lap. All right. But I'm the golden child here. Oh no. I went too far. All right. No harm, no foul. No do-overs. This is live. Like O'Reilly. I'll do it live. All right. Let me adjust my sponge again. Bless you. And that's it. See how easy that was. Oh man. All right, let me wipe this stuff down, but we ready to play. What's up, JOM? How you doing? Say what's up to everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. That over. Thank you guys. Thank you all, guys and gals. And children of all ages. Thank you for hanging out. All right. So, I may or may not use the platform today. This piece is small enough that I don't think we'll be needing it. Maybe. I use it a lot more just to do my prep. Let's see. Do we need it today? What do you think? We'll use it. Why not? And can we real quick, a little RIP to Dolly? I might paint this one at the same time. Wouldn't that be interesting? And RIP Tim Curry? Come on, man. I'm such a huge fan of Tim Curry. If you guys don't know him, he was Frankfurter. Dr. Frank Furter, I think, in Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was also the original voice of the Joker before Mark Hamill. He auditioned for it, and they told him he was too scary. He also is. He played Dr. Poole in the movie Clue. No, not the movie Clue. He's in that too, though. He was the butler. But he was in He was in Dr. Poole in the Sylvester Stallone comedy vehicle Oscar. He was in The Shadow. All right, move that aside. Dolly, man, Dolly. I have the shirt. I have the shirt that has this image, but I didn't use that shirt to do this image. Yes, JOM. I think we just became best friends. You know how many people don't remember Mighty Max? And I have to be like, what? What do you say? I'm a fowl, not a chicken. Virgil, wasn't Virgil Thor? His makeup in Legend was legendary. To be able to articulate as much as he was able to. Come on, man. That dude was a legend. And they were both the same age. They were both 80 years old. Tim Curry and Dolly. And I heard about Tim Curry this morning. That's how much people love Dolly. Here, I want to show you guys something here real quick. Mighty Max was Rick and Morty before Rick and Morty. I don't know. Maybe. I think a lot of people got turned off at the fact that, spoiler alert, you guys know the ending of that show? I'll wait because I spoiled something for DW a while back. I was like, spoiler alert, and I went ahead and didn't heed his warning. Yeah, traveling. This is my submission. This will be my submission to this art show here in Jacksonville. Draw together. I don't know if I should have shared it. I shared it on socials because that's what I do. Live firing them. Should be fun. The show was called Mighty Max. Loved that show. All right. So, there's been several people. I'm going to shout them out. Evie Eden. If you guys get an opportunity, check out her artwork. Her YouTube channel. She's amazing. She's just learning how to do gouache and watercolor and just nailing it. She got amazing videos with amazing editing. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, her and Tema from Watercolor by McCraw. Watercolor by McCraw is my jam. Happy birthday, Tema. Her birthday was yesterday. She's an amazing artist as well, watercolor, and she's also feeling the love from gouache. But both of them have the same attitude towards tools and art supplies. Use it. You bought it. Use it. I've had these paints for maybe a year now, and I've only done a swatch. I'm going to paint my homie here today. All right. Also, Broadway agrees. You use stuff. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. So, DW, you were right. Hoodie and a cape. So I inadvertently, when I was drawing the hobgoblin here, I put ears. I drew ears on him, and he doesn't have ears showing. That's the biggest change. His ears, and I want to use that image as reference, just so I can stay in that color. I'm gonna make nice orange, bright orange hoodie, purplish blue. It's almost like a teal, right? It is the hobgoblin, only except I drew ears on him. The goblin has ears, I guess. Excuse me. All right, so let's see what colors this got. We're gonna use obviously black, white. We're gonna use my basically my, what's the word I'm looking for? The Zorn palette, maybe. Can I say one thing already that I appreciate about these Holbeins that some of the other don't? They don't give you the name. This one gives you the name. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It's blurry. Anyway, it says black right there. That's what I need. Of course, you can probably tell from the package what color it is. Look how little. But maybe it's psychosomatic. It looks so pigmented already. It looks expensive. We're gonna do flame red, carmine, my favorite, deep yellow, not necessarily my favorite, but let's see. I'm gonna mix this with a little bit of the red so we can get an orange. And that's gonna be like working into my highlight. You guys see those colors? Yes, you do. Carmine, I'm assuming is a, let me see. Flame red and carmine. That is bright. All right. He got a yellow face. The hardest part is going to be I'm just reading you guys. You guys are lively. All right. Some yellow. I'm going to add yellow and black so I can do the shadows for his face, and we'll figure it out. Oh, did I break it already? I know that one's going to be a pain in the backside. Next time I try to open it. Maybe I'll never open it. All right, we're going to need some blues so we can add some purples. There is a purple there. It's kind of a weird palette, but I'm not going to use their purple. I don't want their live. Some light blue here. Ooh, it's dry. You know, that is the second blue, different gouache. I have Artezas, and their light blue dried up just the same. I'm being very liberal with these squeezes. Right? Yellow. Who are you calling? Chick. All right. What am I missing? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Close this up. Move these over. All right, we ready? Oh, so who was watching? Monty. It was him. He sent the hat back to himself. So the show basically just keeps going in circles. I think that's cool. I thought, as young as I was, I thought it was so clever. Oh my God. Anyway, You're not watching Mighty Max for, you know what I'm saying? It ain't after school knowledge based entertainment. Broadway agrees. Broadway agrees. She disapproves of the paint. All right, let me go back here real quick. Portals, what show? Go ahead. The censorship forced it to end early. People actually died in Mighty Max. Yeah, man, it was great. Not that people dying is great, but things happened. Same show, Exo Squad. Anybody here remember Exo Squad? That show is the beans. Loved it. People died in that. People had funerals. The enemy was respected. Where were we? Spoil it anyways. There you go. And yes, love that piece. Saw Insta. Looks so good. Thank you very much. I always tell myself to stop expecting and start appreciating what I draw, even if it's not the way I wanted it to be. We was talking about having trouble drawing certain things. Yeah, you gotta. You're gonna learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes. That's a fact. Sometimes successes come easy and then you go, how did I do that? When you mess up, you know. Dang, as a painter, I had too much water. I didn't add enough water. My brush was too dry. My brush was too wet. I used the wrong brush. I used the wrong this. But if you're smoking it while you paint, what are you learning? All right. Shall we? I'm gonna mix orange. Oh, dang, that red is strong. Okay. Holy smokes. What would you look like with a little black? That's not a bad. What would you look like with a little blue? Mo green. Mo green. Is that a fighter? Is that a boxer? Do we want Dookie Brown? Dookie Green? It kind of looks like my reference there. All right, let me go back. Limited choices, voices, creativity. That's right. I think next time, party peoples, on one of these workshops, let's just use the basic colors, right? The RGB, red, green, blue, and black, or just red, green, and blue. I don't want to use green. I'd rather mix my green. So we'll do. We could even just do the Zorn palette. Zorn is 4 colors. I say we try that, or we can choose. We'll find a way to choose. And DW says, thank goodness they labeled that black. Never would have known. No. You'll be surprised, but sometimes they don't. Yellow would be great for Back to the Future licensing. And it had black in it. Yes, TV Girl did have black in it. Oh, man. Carmine. Carmine is a strong color. Forget about it. Poor Carmine from Gears of War. Okay. Shall we stop? The first thing I'm going to do is fix this thing with the ear. Let's go. Done. Yeah, Zorn palette would be kind of dope. All right. How realistic are we going to go with this? I think purple makes a really good counter to orange, by the way. Sometimes used as it's a complementary color. Just adding a little bit more blue for the shadow. Let me be the one. I'm going a little bit darker. Oh, that came out green. Not purple at all. The problem is that if I start putting purple and I keep mixing, it'll just be doo-doo. We don't want doo-doo. Let's find the middle. I'm kind of like all over the place. Carmine. Was that a dude in Lauren and Shirley? Scooch that down so you guys can see it. Hey, anyway, how you guys doing? You guys do anything besides, I don't know. You guys drawing anything? Painting anything? You guys got any questions? And if this is a let's just chill moment, you let me know. I'll keep my mouth shut. I think I'm going to rethink. My shadow. Something Incorporated. Kids Incorporated. I'm going to use some burnt sienna. Oh, that's cool. I didn't watch that series often, if at all. I know of it. I see maybe an episode here or there. But nothing, so much that would be called a fan or... I enjoyed the movie. I saw it in the theaters. These colors are so amazingly freaking pigmented, it's not even funny. I'm like trying to be real coy and cool about it, but holy smokes. What I'm getting is, if that's the color, wait, hold on. That better be the color you want to put down, because that's what you're going to get. Is the vibe I'm getting here. That makes sense? He was about to draw. Sorry. TV Girl said I was about to draw, but I got lazy. That's cool. Just give yourself some time. You'll get back to it. There's nothing worse than being an artist and getting lazy. I hear you. I sit here and I sometimes spend more time trying to figure out what I'm going to paint and start doom scrolling and doing all this stuff and never get anything done. Then I get frustrated. JOM says, had lunch, enjoying the afternoon, watching a fellow named Mello paint with the color yellow. Nice. Bars. Montoya says, just finished up the pin-up I started about a year ago. No time like the present? I gotta kind of stay away from the yellow, right? Because his face is yellow, like really pale yellow. But I want to get some What I'm trying to do is a very Glenn Fabry style, juicy. There's no other way really to describe the way he paints. Like Beasley, that juiciness that they have, like everything is lumpy. So that's kind of like what I'm going for here. Lumpy, juicy. I'm going to try to remove my lines here. Doo-doo-doop. All right. I might as well just stick to the orange. J1 the Poet, that's right. Montoya, you create pins. What kind? Worth the moolah. Oh, the pins? Stargate. TV Girls, the Stargate franchise seems like a great show. Interesting. Yeah, and it's like 20 years old now. I don't want to age us. Get rid of some of this green that stayed behind. Not a pen, just a standalone piece of art. Yes, pin up. Monty, the stuff you've been showing lately has been amazing. Even some of the stuff that you've gone back to either finish or just add inks to. Awesome stuff. And the months, if you ever need somebody to do a pinup for you, let me know. I would love to. If you wouldn't mind sharing some of your stuff, if you're super tight about it, I understand that as well. But I would love to do some fan art, your stuff. All right, let's move some of this color here. I'm going to use some of this already shade. Let me get this thing out the way. These hard edges to be part of his cape. So I'm going to just paint around it. Just trying to determine where the light's coming from. Obviously, I'm right-handed, so everything comes from the left. It doesn't make sense, but it does to me. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow here for some shiny. I might go with a smaller brush. Do we know what color background we want to do for the hobgoblin? I actually taken a few days away from doing any of my own pieces lately for Ghost of Arlan. I think I might jump back on that next week. I just can't figure out who I'm going to paint next, if I'm going to continue doing the people of Zorn, which is hilarious, or am I going to paint the antagonists? And of course, the titular Ghost of Arlan. Light blue with dashes of purple. Well, his shoulder, his suit is going to be kind of like a tealish blue. I'm trying to keep this color scheme in play. So I don't know if the blue would work. Hey, Wild Food, how are you? Where's my color wheel? Well, seeing how we was playing with the blues and the hot reds and oranges, the only other guess would be to do blues, but will that clash his suit? I don't want to do green, that'll be too much. We'll have to figure it out, guys. All right. I gotta find a happy medium to figure out what's gonna be best for those shadows. I guess I can just do more burnt sienna, a little bit of blue. Oh, that looks so good. I'm sorry. All right, Holbein, you bastiches. Ah. Yep. Ugh. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna move this yellow down here. I'm gonna pale it up. Interesting. Did you guys see when I try to mix the whole? See how much movement? Oh, you can't. I'm sorry. I failed. I'm failing here. It's like the whole bit of color moves. There's so much oil, or whatever it is, binding or. But it's amazing. All right. I can't use blue. What can I use to? I used a little bit of black. Hey, what's happening? I used a little bit of black. Turns it into almost like a khaki. Khakis. That could be my shadow. That'll definitely make this yellow super pale. But I'm going to have to go darker when it comes up here. Hey, watercolor by my crawl. Happy birthday! You and your hungover from all the partying you did yesterday. You gotta say yes, right? We're living vicariously through you, Tim. Wild food, thank you. The gold really, yeah, man. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Tim. I took your advice. Threw on the Holbeins. I think it's hilarious that I'm using Holbeins to paint the Hobgoblin, but I already do not regret it. The colors are popping out with less layering and less fussing around than I did with the other paintings I did yesterday. Oh, not yesterday, the day before. A JOM for those who have color wheel envy. You get this one. This, ouch. I like this one too, but this is for people that have small hands. Everybody else. So already, right, from, there's already a difference between how hot that, dang it. I knew it was going to have such an impact. I was hoping it didn't. But I'm glad it did. Color wheel envy? Oh yeah. D-dubs. Tama, you know what's so funny? An old video of yours, you was doing a watercolor portrait of a co-worker's father that passed away. That came up to my what's the word? My home screen today. My suggestions. I was watching. It was amazing stuff. Yes, we do hope the expensive stuff sucks so that we can keep using the cheaper stuff. So because he was on my mind yesterday from what you said on my, we commented on my short, I'm using my Holbeins and I started drawing right on my Arches watercolor paper. Still using cheap pencils, so you can't take that away from me. You can't take away the cheap pencils from me. But I'm going to draw the heck out of this and see how much I can push on this Arches so that I can paint after. Maybe we can paint it on Friday. I got so much stuff going and creating on the regular that I'm backed up on stuff to paint. All right. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. You see R.I.P. Dolly? Let me try to paint this later, too. One difference I've already can tell, I was trying to mention it earlier, how just slippery. See how the paints are moving? It's not just because of the water. There's something going on in there. Something. I don't know enough about paints to break it down to you. All right. I'm going to use this khaki. This is going to be my mid-tone. You guys probably won't see too much. What I don't want to do is put it over everything, because then I'll lose where I can add shadows, and I don't want to overblend. But I don't want him smooth. I'm thinking of the same type of rough juiciness. They're supposed to be way less sticky. Ah, okay. There you go. Yeah, I tried to mix it and I was moving the pigment on the palette, like the whole thing. I'm gonna put this here. All right. See how this goes. It needs more. Okay. Yeah, it feels like melted ice cream. Is that a new is that a consistency in gouache? All right. That's super harsh, but I'm gonna try to blend it in with that gray, with that shadow in a moment. Brain feels like melted ice cream. What type? I've just discovered Coconut Road ice cream. Oh man. I think what I'm getting from using these type of paints, I don't, it may be psychosomatic. I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. You really need to be a bit more sure at first of where you want those colors to go. And they're so pigmented. All right. So this will be the sponsor we are shooting for. That yellow lost all of its pigment next to just a little bit of black and white. All right. Already dried. This thing is no joke. Holy moly. So I'm trying to have it blend with the lower colors or the lower layer to kind of soften the edges. and it'll hopefully allow me to blend it in a bit more naturally. But for warning, I know you may run the risk of muddying, but I think I'm safe because they're all off of one base. Base. Ace of base. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. Your boy is concentrating. All right. Do you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit when Bob Hoskins fights Christopher Lloyd and Lloyd got stuck in glue? That mask color reminds me of the glue. Dude, when he yelled, when his voice went high pitched. If that's not nightmare fuel. When you do that. Yeah, wow. It is kind of nuts how strong it is. Now, I think what I may have to do is go over it with some dark lines. We'll see. We'll see. But this flat brush is saving me. It really is something else. I say that because what I'm feeling is that I'm not as sure when I put in the color, but because it's such a good paint, it's such good paint, it does what I want it to do. So with that meaning, I might not be very confident when I throw the paint on the canvas, because it might be a little brighter than I expected or darker than I expected. But being able to sit here and just kind of blend it all together is doing what I want it to do. That makes sense. You guys feel what I'm saying? Now his face is too smooth, so I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna add some variations of those three colors, and hopefully. Now the thing is, am I going to? He usually has a red eye, but I think I'm gonna go all black and just leave those two glints. Or should I give him the red eye? Monty, thank you for swinging through, man. I appreciate you. And my offer's open, buddy. If you let me, I would love to do some fan art for you. Have a good one. Hope your sis has everything comes out okay. Appreciate you, bud. I'm going to add... I like adding blue to my shadows. In fact, I think I'm going to add a bit of red too. Hopefully. And I do that adding a bit of blue and reds to my shadows because it gives them a bit more depth, like as if it's not quite pure black in that shadow. There's life going on. There's something going on in there. But it allows me space if I want to later to put black in here. I'm still questioning myself if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to give it a outline. I don't know how comic book I want this to look, or if I want it to look painted. Some urges you can't really fight, can you? But I am going to put this places where it would belong. Yeah, I'm still not super sure what his, if it's a mask, definitely, but it has evolved in the comics where it becomes his face and he's like mutated and grotesque. If you get a chance, check out how Todd McFarlane did it, which is kind of like the last times I remember what the Hobgoblin looked like. The storyline was really weird too. His storyline and Mobius. I don't know what McFarlane was doing with either of them. Alright. I'm just gonna... Yeah, he went kind of nuts. I would show you from the book I have, but it's too damn big. I have his artist edition, and it's just unwieldy. Unwieldy? Is that a word? Alright, I'm going to use... I just used a little bit of blue into my burnt sienna. I'm just going to add some line... a bit more definition to some of these folds. I'm gonna end up drawing some of the line art because I think it looks pretty good. I like that pale. That's encouraging for when I do the Spectre. No, you was not wrong. You was not wrong, DW. He went nuts. sharp, jagged teeth. Like I said, I don't know what happened. The storyline went a little nuts. I think he was messing with or trying to save orphan children or children from. I can't tell you what it was, but he was killing people or killing their parents. And because those parents, let's say those parents were, from what I remember, maybe they were on drugs or something, so they neglected their children. So he felt like he was protecting the children by killing their parents. So much so that the ghostwriter was trying to avenge those people. The parents of those kids. And Spider-Man had to come in between them because Ghost Rider was so hell-bent on revenge. Not revenge, you don't revenge. He avenges that he was putting innocent people in harm's way. So Spider-Man got in his way. You know, we're here to save people, we're here to save the innocent. Not get the bad guys in spite of the innocent. Something like that. Just putting on some tunes. Some yes. Stop that. Cold vegetables for dinner. Don't worry, child. I will save you. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that was the thing. I don't know what was going on with McFarlane at the time because even when he was doing Morbius, I keep wanting to call him Mobius, but when he was doing the storyline with Morbius, he was like using homeless people almost like cannon fodder. Very weird, very odd. Maybe a precursor to how he has Spawn always hanging out with homeless people. But he wasn't very like, I don't even know. He was using them as jokes and puns, and it is what it is. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Like, he has Spider-Man talking about smell jokes at their expense because they stink. I don't know. All right. We going with the red eyes? Gazpacho. Add a little bit more black. Let's add some blue to this. I don't know what it'll do, but that's not too bad. I'm gonna add a little bit more blue to his face here, to the mask. See if I can find a medium between pure black and some of this shadow detail. These have been amazing to use. These are Royal and Langnickel brushes, a white Teclon. Finally, oh no, I was able to find brushes that hold their point pretty well to use with gouache. Some of the cheaper ones, inexpensive brushes that I have, just don't hold up very well. And these have been fantastic. If they stink, it's the stink of justice. No, I don't know. I don't know, Joe. They were funky. So yeah, Spider-Man ends up following Morbius. I keep saying it wrong. Into the sewers, and proceeds to put the whomping on these homeless folk. Cracking wise about stank. I am having a hard time controlling some of these tones on his face. Do I have a favorite Spider-Man villain? It's probably going to be Dr. Octopus. I just think he's pretty cool. I mean, Green Goblin is cool, and it's probably his most formidable. But yeah, I think design-wise, there's a great splash page that Frank Miller did of Spider-Man punching the lights out of Dr. Octopus that I want to redo. And odd enough, it's in a Punisher collection. Watercolor my McCraw says, "Oh my gosh, Mello, the colors are popping here. I was listening while doing other stuff and looked back and now, wowie." Oh, thanks. Thanks. Again, these paints, what I've been noticing also is that a little goes a long way. Dr. Puss. What did I call him? I'm trying to get these. I want to get a texture in this brush, in this, whatever this dude's face is. Well, what do you name him? You know what's so cool about Dr. Otto Octavius is that when he became the superior Spider-Man, him realizing how often Spider-Man pulls back his punches. That's nuts. And how he could have killed him a long time ago. All right, where is my super suit? You. We're going for the red, right? one singular color so it'll look. Oh, we're going with shades. I thought I had another brush. Didn't I have a smaller brush? I didn't imagine it, did I? That one. Let me put these over here. That one. I thought I was using a smaller square brush. Which one of y'all took it? Am I wearing it? Ah, here it is. I found it. I found it. It was on the floor. It was on the floor. There you go. Should be a bit better. All right. That don't make sense. How do views go backwards? All right. How are we gonna do this eye? That's the red. Let's give it some purples. It's so the color is beautiful. All right. Are we gonna remember where those two spots for his eyes are? All right, we're gonna have to wait for that to dry. One second, party peoples, I'm sorry. All right, sorry. Had to get my water. Again, they're nuts. I put, I think, way too much, but we're gonna find out. So what I'm gonna do is when it dries enough, I'm gonna add some red, and then we'll see if we can add some highlights or something. Where we at? Suit. This might be the hardest one to try to get that greenish blue. So I'm gonna mix. Yeah, you see how thick that is? When I try to mix it, the whole thing just moves with it. I think that's awesome. These two blues. we're going to add a little bit of yellow. Well, that's really close to what his suit is already. All right. So that'll be the mid-tone. That'll be the shadow. Let's get some more of that. We could go more. We'll go black. All the colors are kind of like running into each other. That's too much. Dang. We can still use it. I still see blues in there. All right. And I just want a little highlight. Hoping to. All right. You might not be able to see all of those different variations of that bluish green color, but I think it's in there. We're going to see about adding the chainmail look. It really is nuts how opaque that color is. Just trying to get the shape of the arm. I'm being a bit loose here, as you can see. It helps with such a big part of the canvas here. I'm going to leave my palette open a little bit just so I can dry off some of these paints. They really are strong. All right, I gotta clean my brush. I'm adding a little bit more of that. What blue is that? Huh, turquoise blue. And the other color is ultramarine, so I'm using a bit more of this turquoise blue. Just adding shadow where I think the shadows might be. Tricep, deltoid. We don't care about all that. You know, that black is crazy. Is that shine bothering you guys? Is it better if it's down there? No, that doesn't really help either. one second. Let me see if I can fix this. Ooh. Yeah, but I think, Senor, that's just the way it's drying. What color is this? Dark. I think what I'm gonna end up, what's gonna help. I can't see where my chainmail marks were, so I'm just gonna make them up here by that. You know who would have been great? Who does great chainmail? My boy Julio. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I do send him an I'll send him a text or something. Or DM. And then just put it on the edges here. Then when they dry, I'll be able to see them and I can add some shadows. That means that has to be in shadow. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it away from my halo light. At your expense, of course. All right. Now I can use some black, and then I can define a lot of that. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Oh yeah, I don't think you have seen me do. I haven't done Dr. Octopus in. I did it in Gouache early. I took it off of. I took the design off of Eric Larson's Marvel character card. Watercolor by Macross says, dude, it's looking so good. Every time I look back, it's popping more and more. Thank you, Timma. Thanks. So you got to keep looking away. That's why it relieves the pressure. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, here. Let me go get it while that dries. Sorry. We got to figure out what we're going to do with the background. So this is usually what happens to me is when I start something new, I do everything small as a way to like prevent myself from messing up, or not messing up, just wasting stuff, which is annoying. Don't do what I do. Go big or go home. So I was like, I'm going to do all of these watercolor, Arteza watercolor postcards. And I'm going to do it. This is one of my final watercolors, though, of the shadow. I love that mix, that gray mix. Man, when watercolor was getting good to me, I was just happy to be able to mix grays. It was great. So there's that. This was one of my final watercolors as well. We all know Cyclops, Whispering, and Jean. Neil Adams. And these were the beginning of my gouache adventure. All doing Jack Kirby. And then I couldn't mess around with the paint very well. You can see all the very weird. I'm glad I kept it. But then I went ahead and used Black India ink. January 11th, 2024. These were my first gouache pieces. I did a redraw of these last year in January. I might have to do a redraw of them soon. These are not the Artezas. This is a different sheet, but I love that pose. Get back. Get back. It's so funny. But yeah, here you go. Some watercolor. No, this is actually gouache. Very, 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 very diluted gouache and some color pencils. And yeah, that's all after Eric Larson. Dark Arc. I have an idea to redo this Dr. Octopus piece, and I think it'll be kind of cool. We shall see. All right. I'm going to keep adding some of that turquoise blue. The Oxter? Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? Why are you taking... Okay, we good. All right. Did you lose me? No, I'm good. You muted me, Tama. You muted me. That's cold. We might have to go black or green for this dude's color. Before that, let's see about this red. You hit the M. You hit the M key. And you muted me. It's the terrible music. It's the terrible music your computers are trying to save you from. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry so I can try to add the highlights. But in the meantime, yeah, this paint, it does take a little bit of getting used to. This brand. The colors are really intense. The pigments are really intense. All right. But that's great for blending. Playing the saxophone, man. Like in Lost Boys. Nah. And there goes my battery. So even as I am charging my phone, the battery dies. Okay. D-dubs, this is the only saxophone I play right here. You guys know what this is? Here, I got you. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really close to the mic. That's my bad. My freaking ears. Just hitting him up with some gingivitis. When it dries, I'll be able to give him something else. I just add more color to it. I'll check. I didn't see anything recent, but I'll definitely check. Just giving him squiggle squaggle lines. Again, I don't know if he's wearing a mask anymore or not. I don't know if I care. I just want it to have texture. Texture. It probably needs to be darker up there. Sent Monday through since we are friends on. Oh, we're not buds on Insta? Let me change that right now. It probably went into. Okay, I think I know where it would be. You follow me, but you have a different name. Ah. Yeah, because I was looking for you the other day. Was it yesterday? I was gonna send you something. Because you was asking about the drawing together. For Jacksonville. Alright, what kind of teeth? Are we going to give him just yellow teeth, or are we going to give him what McFarlane gave him? Something. My white mixed into my black color. His skin looks really good. I liked even with the smoothness, though it looks much better. I was trying to get it gross looking. And maybe from closer. I'm not getting that much variation on. Oh, Butterfingers. When I do that, what looks like a reset, what I'm actually doing is trying to recreate the line with light sources. So that's what I'm doing. So if you see me doing this, just randomly resetting, is that I'm trying to find the light source. Oh yeah, yellow's good. All right, wipe it down. And then I can smooth out the toofus. I don't have to put in too much detail. I just wanted to imply. We're implying here. And it's in shadow. So let's work those shadows in. D-Dub says, I was just thinking that I can learn a lot from you with how you shade and light things. Yeah, well, first, thank you. And I try to keep it, it may not look simple, right? Because we're going through the whole process. But I'm trying to keep it simple. One main light source. If I wanted to get it really dynamic, then we start messing with rim lighting and boom lights, boom lighting and all that stuff. But right here, all I really want to worry about is dynamic lighting from the top. So keeping everything in that line. But you see how cool, not cool in temperature, but cool in like aesthetics, his appearances with the yellow rim lighting on his outfit? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we could pick a different color from the spectrum. What color is it? All they did was add yellow. We could do that. See what it looks like. See what it bees like. All right. I'm going to add a bit darker. Marked my dude on the forehead. I also recommend keep it to 3, right? Keep it to 3 colors: mid, shadow, and light, and then mess around with super duper highlights, super duper dark shadows, all that detail stuff. But if you get a good 3 colors, that's what we're working on here. There's not a lot of variation here. But it makes it seem that way by the way we are blending. It'll be really cool. Seeing how we're not too sure if it's going to be like real. I'm going to put shadows on the top lip. And then I'm going to add almost like a pink, as if it was gums. Ew. We're gonna have to go back with some of this cheek color, maybe just a smidge in some of the brow. But that brow is so deep inside the hoodie that maybe it won't look good. All right, let's do let's see if we can do a gross pink here. Because we don't know what you are, hobby. That's what they call them. So whatever element you add, just think of it in 3 tones, right? The mid, the shadow, and then the highlight. And I think you'll be all right. And suggestion helps a lot. And then we get obsessed with all the details. But just a smidge of suggestion, allowing the viewer to come up with the image in their mind a bit more. All right. Some highlight. For real, look at what happened to the white color. My white was here, and via gravity, straight up melted into my black. I can't use it. So I have to, the only other color I have that's light is my yellow. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that crazy? So maybe this may not be for these, for the Holbeins. I might need a different palette to use because they are something else. All right, we don't need a lot, just a glint. Venom? What I miss? The teeth? And I'm just using a semi-damp brush to mix that top layer of teeth just because it just looks a little too harsh. I'm gonna add yellow to that canine though. You know what I don't like, that what Marvel does? You said Venom, and I think Venom is a great character, but when, oh yeah, man, does look like Venom. Venom's cool. So then let's make everybody in the Marvel Universe a Venom symbiote. Then you lose its specialness. Same thing with the Red Hulk, and then all of a sudden everybody was a variation of the Hulk. It's the equivalent of it. You're special, just like everybody else, and it's kind of like, that's a bummer. All right. I'm gonna move this highlight further down. Gives his teeth and that roundedness. It gives it some form, a weird 3D look. Yeah. All right. So now he's beginning to blend in with that background. So what did we decide to do with the background? Do we remember? You know, I am super amazed. I was able to still grab some of this white. I'm definitely going to need more though. Do. We didn't because you hated my idea. Wait, what? What I miss? What idea was that? I hated your idea? Hold on. The pain. Oh, the background. I didn't hate it. Did I hate it? A little bit. I hated it a little bit. I like that. Makes it look like more like boils than anything. He's gross. I'll put. You know what, bud? You suggested the hobgoblin anyway. If you want blue on it, I'll put blue on it. And if it looks terrible, we all know whose fault it is. All right. It won't look terrible. It'll look great. You're gonna laugh like that. All right. So, if I were to, you said yas earlier to put in that highlight that's on the goblin there. So, what's a good color we can use? If they were here, all right. So we was to put. They're too far, even in the triad. If we was to do, oh, it would be yellow? Yellow or deep red? Deep red on this would be freaking bananas. Don't you think? Light blue. Purple to blue. Purple down here to blue. So if we was to use, yellow orange, and the triad is a greenish. No, look at that. Split complementary to yellow orange. You see that? Split complementary to yellow orange, violet, and blue. There you go. So we'll do blue on top to violet. Is that okay? All right. So in that case, I'm going to use violet. Would it distract from the eye? I don't think so. Purple on top. It may you see how close they are to the color wheel? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work, bud. It'll work. All right. It's going to work. They're going to notice. All right. What other channel? What other channel, guys, is going to give you interactive choices? We said purple on top? No, we said purple on the bottom, right? So you want to do halvesies? This way? This way? Straight up gradient from bottom to the top? Alright, I'm going to go for it. From here, vámonos. Diagonal this way. Blue in the back. You know what? Yeah, why not? That way. I'm going to need a bigger brush. That's true. But you ain't gonna tell nobody. You're not gonna tell nobody. He's a fraud. It's gonna make it look super graphic. Can I do... Yeah. Oh, Fox News? Oh, sorry, you can't even see it. Can't even see it. Do I need that image of him anymore? I don't think so. Let's take him out. That violet is no joke. Holy mackerel. These colors are going to work because of you remember the pit, not the pit, the Max? He was a beautiful shade of purple. with a complimentary orange mitts. Dang, that purple against the orange looks good. So good. And maybe once it dries, I should be able to still go back in with some of that orange and see if I can get some more shine. More depth. So I'm going to use some of that purple and that bluish purple. I'm going to have to work that shadow. It's too stiff. So if his cape was hanging over his shoulder, would have to cut the shoulder off about right there. So let's do that. Add some dynamisms to the definition here. Back on top. I really hope this thing doesn't tip over. I'm digging this little piece right here. All right. How we 2 hours 20? I think I might call it. That looks pretty good. Move my camera. I didn't get a chance to draw Paint Dolly. But maybe I could just do it for as a study later, or who knows. I want to fix that. That looks too much of a eyesore. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a smooth transition, but make it look like he's glowing a bit. Use that violet as an effect. Yeah, it looks like he's glowing. Wow, what a great idea it was for me to put on that purple. I'm glad I thought of it. Isn't that serendipity, man? We may have to find a way to tie it in together. I don't know if putting purple on him would be too much. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe not here. Maybe on the suit. Maybe some purple on the armor here. Who knows? Who knows? Ah, jinkies. What the frick? That's who you are? Sorry, I'm going through my Instagram real quick. I should have probably waited. Jumping Jehoshaphat. Okay. All right, sorry. That's rude of me. Very, very, very rude of me. Summon the folds with his cowl. Yeah. From here, from where I'm sitting, that eye isn't as bright as it looks on screen. I'm going to sneak in some of these purples here. I'm just going to use it as the bottom of the scales. Would have to be in here somewhere. But looks pretty good. Anyway, some last minute highlights, and I think that'll call it. So, that said, put something better on. Put something better on for you guys to jam to and then call it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. D-Dubs, Tema, Monty, the map, JOM, TV Girl, Calm. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll see you guys on Friday. So, until next time. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. That is the Hobgoblin. I'm going to finish up with some highlights. But that's it. I'll see you guys on Friday. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. And until next time, I'll draw you later. Bye.